So let's talk a bit of Illuvium, and obviously Illuvium is doing so much, right? With the Order Battler, with the Overworld, Illuvium Zero, Illuvitars. Like there's so much that they have going on. I want to ask you guys, what is your, I was gonna say three favorite, but let's stick with the favorite. Like, what's the thing that you're anticipating the most from Illuvium? Like, not as a content creator, take that out now. Let's talk about us as people, like as gamers. Or I guess if you're into Illuvitars, you're not really like, it might not be a gamer side, but personally, what is the thing that you're looking forward to the most for experiencing? We'll start. Yeah, let's start Scoriox actually. Yeah, Scoriox, go for it.
I'm pretty hyped for Illuvium Zero, but really, just collecting. Collecting all the alluvials, getting all the alluvials with the best stats, that sort of thing is probably the focus. I'm pretty excited for the PvP as well, but it's mostly the collecting side of things for me. Yeah, I mean, that's what I do. I complete the Pokedex every single Pokemon generation, and I don't think this is going to be any different.
Yeah. And we can be specific as well. Like if we say PvP, is it like what, ranked arena, Leviathan? Do you want to wager? Like we can go specific as well.
All of the above, but mostly Ascendant.
Ascendant, yeah. All right, Annie, what about you, man? What are you most excited about with Illuvium? Like as a gamer perspective, I guess.
Yeah, so I actually really like base builders, and so Illuvium Zero is definitely up there. We'll have to see when everything comes out. I expect that the overworld is going to be either first or second favorite with that. So I do wonder, because like I really spent a lot of time playing World of Warcraft and some other open world MMOs. I feel like because it's not going to be as interactive, at least at this first release. You're not gonna have other players in the world. You're not gonna be like literally physically running into alluvials out there. I'll probably end up liking the base builder best.
Fair. That's actually the one that I'm least interested in from a gameplay perspective. What about you, Godson? What's the thing that you're super excited for? Is it also the base builder coming from Clash of Clans?
Yeah, I'll second that. With the base builder from Illuvium Zero, I feel like I think it was Aaron said that was more for like the investment side, for the investors of the crypto. If they get into that, then that's something for them. If they want to, flood their money into land, then there you go. But really, and I was thinking of doing a video on this. There's two things. There's a lot of play to earn videos or play to earn games that are coming out, and I feel like this is just a market that's emerging right now. We've had play to earn, and I've had companies, talk to me about, hey, promote our play to earn game, but really we haven't seen anyone do it correctly. I think what was it Axie and was it Axie Infinity? They have theirs, but it plateaued and it's not doing too well now. So I'm really curious to see how Illuvium will do this, because if they do it right, there was a tweet that was, I think was on Grant's or someone's tweet. They said that if they pull this off, they change everything. I feel that's pretty true. If they could pull this off and they get millions of players in there, the play to earn is going to really take off. And this is their way of doing it. So the last thing that I will say is, as a Pokemon fan from the gold and the blue, I really had hoped that Pokemon had created a game where you can actually go out there and to explore and to catch monsters. I didn't really get that. I feel, they've had their success with Pokemon Go, which is, if you want to say that's their, type of play where you go out there into the open and the actual world and catch Pokemons that way. But having a world of Pokemon that they've created and to go out there and catch these monsters and to have it like an economy built around it. I feel like Nintendo hasn't given this to us. And I feel Illuvium is doing that for the older players now that, we've grown up, and now we are going to get that. And I feel like Pokemon's going to see that and say, wait a minute, why didn't I do that? Because they're just taking their time. You think they'll be reflective
like that?
I think they're taking their time. They're not innovating anymore. They're just like, I went on my phone and I just saw like 3 new Pokemon games that are coming out. And all you do is you just touch a button and you fight. They're not innovating anymore. And I feel if Illuvium was to pull this off, I think a lot of gaming companies would try, just like they did Clash of Clans. When something successful happens, everyone tries to jump on that success and make their own version of it. So I feel Illuvium is going to do that. And I think it's going to put a lot of companies on notice.
Yeah, 100%. Vet, what about you, man? What's the thing that you're most excited for? And that's actually really good take, Hudson. Appreciate that.
So in the long term, it definitely is playing the auto battler, but also like playing the overworld and collecting the alluvials. Like that's the dream. Just going. I want to grind, just collecting all of them, as well as just playing. I really want to be like at least somewhat competitive. If I can be in the top 10 or 5% of players, I'll be well happy. Well happy. But like in the short term, I'm really excited about Private Beta 2 and Illuvitars. I'm super like no content, I'd be still buying them and opening them up and just like a little junkie, just give it to me, you know? Like give me another hit. Let's go again. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm not a collector as well, but this is the first time where, especially even with Illuvitas batch 1, I'm like, yo, I really want to collect like I don't want to say all, but I want to collect as much as I possibly can. Like I really do feel the same thing. What about you, Matt? What is the thing that you're most looking forward to from Illuvium as like a studio that's being set to come out? Don't say like, oh, Super Smash Bros.
Yeah, I know that's your favorite, but probably the overworld, as Godson said. Like I'm a Pokemon fan from Red all the way through, played them all, try and catch them all, and they just wanted that overworld where you actually are walking through and whatever. It was a proper open world game, and I don't think they'll ever give it to us. I know they kind of tried with Arceus, but the graphics just aren't 2022. Like they're still 10 years ago, and that's kind of happens with Nintendo. They're not. I know they're stuck to that brand, but if you got to do something bigger, you kind of got to go to big consoles or PCs. So that's my favorite thing. I'm a collector through the Pokemon. I'll always go back and catch them all, like Scoriox said as well. I go through and catch them all. I was never I had cards when I was younger, but not now. I'm not a card collector, but I will be getting Illuvitars, as Furthermore said. I reckon they're sick. Yeah. And then the kids talking here.
That's fine.
I'll change it in a second. I've never been a competitive player for like any game really. I usually just play for fun, but I do see myself trying to get into the auto battler a bit and try my hand at giving it a go. And if I don't be that good or whatever, I'll still be trying to make content on it. You don't need to be the best in the world to be one of the best streamers. People watch it because it's you. So that's where I'd like to go with that. I think Overworld will be my short term, go and catch them all. But then between this set and next set, I think the auto battle will be the thing I play more because maybe I've got everything that I want so far. And then you're just waiting for the next set. But I can battle you guys. I can stream it, you know. So yeah, that's kind of where I am with all this.
Yeah, I'm super excited for PvP, man. Once we get that, like the amount of content that's going to be flowing out of all our butts is going to be wild. Like, well, I think, Annie, you probably won't be making content on the gameplay as much, but for the rest of us, I know we'll all be collabing and at least, Annie, I'll hit you up for a PvP match at least.
So
things like that. Yeah. So it'll be cool.
I'm absolutely hosting the first content creators tournament.
Yeah.
64-man bracket. It'll work.
Augment can do it, man. Augment can do it. Do it on your channel. But that's a sick one. Yeah.
Be a good bracket.
100%. But man, the thing that I'm actually looking forward to the most, and it's like I'm going super specific now, is actually the Leviathan arena. I think that's because I'm like, again, I'm a competitive gamer, right? And that's what I do.
Degen.
Now, and so this is a thing that I thought everybody knew this. And now, like from the reactions I get, I'm realizing that people I might be wrong. But yeah, so essentially for those that don't know, so the Leviathan arena is, so you've got two arenas. You've got the standard Ascendant arena where everything is balanced. If you catch a Ramfy, you could essentially play a Ramfy, a Ramfight, or a Ramfire. So, and it's all balanced. The stats don't matter. It's more for accessibility for a full experience. That's what it's for. So that's that. I'm not that interested. So Leviathan, on the other hand, is where if I have a Ramfy, I can only play the Ramfy. And let's say that I play my Ramfy and Scarus plays his Ramfy, and my stats are better. My stats mean that my Ramfy is stronger than his. It's its true value. So that's the stuff. And also with Leviathan, you could wager ETH. So this is the part where I feel like super confused now based on like the reactions that I get from you guys and everyone else when I say this to. Like I thought it was and this is what I assumed, that Leviathan is also going to have a ranked arena where wagering is not necessary. Like they're going to have like the stats mean something if you want to play that battle without wagering. Because obviously like you don't need to, it'd be stupid to have, oh, yo, we have these stats, but the only way to utilize them is if you wager. That seems like ridiculous. So like when I say Leviathan, I'm into the game like for the actual stats like mattering. So like I build my deck matters. Like when I go against vet, it's like, oh man, we have the same deck when we're grinding. Our decks matter. Like it really, I don't know. As a competitive player, that's the ranked mode that I'm way more interested in compared to the basic ranked arena. But yeah, like, have you guys
I'm
heard
pretty
about
sure. It was my understanding that it has a ranked, not necessarily a ranked mode, but it
Mm.
definitely has to incorporate elo or something when matchmaking.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as blanket matchmaking. It's really absurd, especially when you're wagering ETH. That would
Yeah.
be a big mistake, in my opinion. I was definitely sure it used elo of some kind, but some games of this nature do actually pull the elo from the other ranked modes and use that in different modes. So, but I was pretty sure that they were going to have a second ranked ladder. What I'm envisioning, at least in the future, and I don't know if anyone's really confirmed this, and if Nick's still in the chat, let me know. But like Hearthstone has two game modes, right? It has your standard format and it has your wild mode. And how the wild mode works is you can use any card from any set ever and use that in the game. Whereas in the standard mode, you can actually only use the last two sets, I think, which is usually about 12 months, because the sets are usually about 6 months apart. You can only use them for that standard game mode. So they have the direct split, and that's what I thought Leviathan and ranked mode would kind of have a similar structure to that, at least at some point.
Thanks for watching. The full episode of Augment is sponsored by Illuvium. And if you want to watch the entire episode, you can click the link down below. And if you want to continue watching these clips, check it out right here.